Joining us now here in the studio, former Senator Joe Donnelly, who served as U.S. ambassador to the Holy See under President Joe Biden. Ambassador, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you very much.
Going to be spending a lot of time with you over the next few days.
That'd be great.
So you knew Pope Francis. What do you think Pope Francis would have wanted to see in his successor? Simplicity,
a devotion to those who have the least among us. I mean, that was the core of Francis. When I was at the funeral last week, he was surrounded by heads of state. And I thought to myself, he'd much rather be in the back with the kids who got a bus ticket and came here. And so that was kind of the core of Francis. But he was also a very good financial manager. He had a multitude of talents.
Well, I mean, he has certainly left his mark on the church and on the College of Cardinals that will elect his successor. He has chosen many of them. And so how do you think that might play out then in the coming days? Will it be someone in the mold of Francis who had that emphasis on the marginalized and the poor? Or is it a return to more conservative roots, maybe somebody in the mold of a John Paul or a Benedict?
Well, he appointed 80% of the cardinals who are going to vote. And so that will be reflected in who the next pope is. They won't be an exact replica of Francis, but they will be in the neighborhood, I think.
Let's take a look at some of the contenders. Let's start in Italy. Sure. And it always feels weird to sort of handicap this, but let's handicap this.
Sure.
Let's start with the three Italian cardinals who could become the next pope.
Well, I will tell you, Cardinal Pizzaballa has had an unbelievable challenge these past few years, being the Patriarch of Jerusalem and dealing with Gaza. He's done a phenomenal job. The interesting thing is, in this world, he's 60 years old and he's considered a little young.
That's interesting. And one of our correspondents said these cardinals don't want someone too young because they don't want a pope that will be in office, so to speak, for decades.
Yeah, he could be there 35 years if he was the pope. And actually, I talked to an American cardinal who told me last week, he said, we're not going to elect anybody down in the low 60s. And I was like, wow. Cardinal Parolin is kind of the Rock of Gibraltar for the Vatican. He is quiet. He is incredibly smart and talented. He is more reserved than Francis. And Cardinal Zuppi is a very close personal friend. He and I worked together on trying to bring the Ukraine children home from Russia. And he traveled all over the world. He's incredibly charismatic. He and I met with the president, with House members, with Senate members in that effort to bring Ukrainian children home. And he is also the head of the Italian church. He's smart financially and very great on just about everything.
For a long time, Italians had the lock on the papacy. We'll see what happens.
They would like it back, too.
Yes, they would. Okay.
Quickly, a buddy might ask me this. He doesn't follow this very closely. For folks who also don't follow it closely, why no Americans on the short list? Why?
Well, because America is the most preeminent superpower in the world, and it's like, you guys can't have everything.
Senator, thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.